What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Woo! What an intro song. Hope you're feeling this. I know I'm going a little bit earlier today than I normally go. And so, I hope you're doing fantastic. It's a little earlier because later tonight I will be having a members-only show. So if you are a member of the show, you're welcome to join me at any time. To become a member, you just subscribe on YouTube and click the members button. It's $4.99 a month, and that is one of the best ways to be a part of the show. If you're watching on YouTube, please smash the like. And if you're watching on Rumble, I got Rumble chat up as well. Please smash the like as well. Willie, how you doing today? Beautiful, sunny in central Arizona. Awesome. Beautiful. Almost as beautiful as our own Joe Biden. Democrats are suggesting classified documents in Biden's home office may have been planted after second batch found. It's incredible. I love it. Who planted these documents? The FBI? Of course. You mean the people that are on your side planted the documents? Things can't be planted at discovery inconvenience. This is what occurred, Representative Johnson told Fox, which I love. We have so much to get into today regarding these documents, and I just have a bunch of things I want to watch through with you and hopefully laugh through, especially as we just watch people like CNN kind of handle this whole situation. CNN and CBS handle this whole situation as they don't know what to do right now due to the fact that, I don't know, they made a huge deal out of this over Trump, and now they're pretending like it's not that big of a deal over Biden because he handed in the documents. Apparently, if you commit the crime and you immediately confess to the crime, it's totally fine. But let's watch some of these CBS interview communist broadcasting systems, as my grandpa would call it.
Garland has appointed a special counsel to take over the investigation into the handling of several documents marked classified stemming from the Obama administration.
Now, those documents found in an office used by President Biden before he took office. But here's what's key. Other documents have also been found in his garage at his Wilmington, Delaware home. Robert Hur, now in charge of the inquiry. He's the former U.S. Attorney for Maryland. Hur was appointed to office by former President Trump. Attorney General Garland announced the appointment moments ago.
I'm here today to announce the appointment of Robert Hur as a special counsel pursuant to Department of Justice regulations governing such matters. In keeping with those regulations, I have today notified the designated members of each House of Congress of the appointment.
We're going to bring in now CBS News correspondent Adriana Diaz. She originally...
I can't wait to watch them cope through this as you're seeing more people on the left cope through this more and more, or just not even acknowledging it. If it worked both ways, it would be fine. But the fact that it only works one way, it becomes a bigger deal. And so Republicans are just too weak to play that game. The fact that our government has so many classified documents that I can't keep track of all of them is a major problem. You would assume so. I think it just also shows how ridiculous our elected politicians are. These aren't the brightest and smartest people of the day. These are just people that are either backed by corporate media or backed by a corporation and put forth in front of you, and then you vote for. These aren't like intellectual giants like Wilson. Like if you and I got into these stages of power, we would probably take classified documents way more seriously than any of them would ever dream of doing. Especially somebody like Biden, who's been in office for 1,000,000 years. Of course he is losing documents. The guy can't even remember what he did yesterday. And what are those documents? Who knows? I've seen stuff about Ukraine. I've seen stuff about what are a few other countries. I don't know. Will we ever know? Who knows? So it's just like Trump stuff. You know what I mean?
Broke the story about the found documents. Adriana, so much has happened since you first brought this issue to light. Let's just start off with this unprecedented news. A special counsel is going to be investigating the president now. Tell us the latest.
Well, this announcement was definitely one of the possibilities for the outcomes of this preliminary review that the Justice Department was conducting. On November 2nd, when they found roughly 10 documents at the Penn Biden Center here in D.C., and that's the
documents stored in the corner of the garage, though. I think it also just shows you that he lives all around the world. He doesn't have a home. I think he just puts crap places, and he probably tells other people to put stuff places. I'm sure he didn't put those there. I'm sure he just told some intern to drop him off at his garage and then forgot about him or something. I have no idea. There's no way like he actually picked up boxes. I don't see him doing anything in life.
The story that we broke on Monday, we heard from the White House that day after requests from us for more information. They said, yes, that's true. They found these documents. Everything went as the way it should have. President Biden and his lawyers followed protocol. But we also understood that there.
I love it. I love it. I love it so much. It's just so great to watch them cope through this after they made such a big deal about Trump. It's like he followed protocol. It's totally fine. So next time you go rob a bank, just make sure to follow protocol. Turn yourself in. Everything will be fine. It'll be funny if his party set. Wait, it'd be funny if his party set him up the way they were saying. Dude, okay. I have thought about that too. Like, what if the Democrats are just, we can't get, as Biden once said once in his life, you don't F with the Bidens. When he said that in Florida, and they were shaking hands with that one guy, and he's like, they don't know how to get rid of him, and so they feel like this is the only way to get rid of him. Planting documents. Imagine the FBI planting documents. The plot thickens. Seems like a convenient setup, which I'm okay with. Yeah, exactly. I just love watching them cope through this. It's like, the Biden's lawyers followed protocol. So don't ask me more questions.
There has been a preliminary review underway by the Justice Department to look at what happened. How did those documents get there? Who took them there? And key here is there potentially any criminality here? And so based on that collection of information, on that inquiry that was run out of Chicago and D.C. here, run by the U.S. Attorney in Chicago, who's also a Trump appointee, he has briefed the Attorney General. And so this is now the Attorney General taking the information and deciding further investigation is warranted. And he has appointed a special counsel because what's key here is that there has to be independence. Merrick Garland.
Don't you love don't you love listening to these people on the left whenever like their party is caught doing something, how factual they become? And matter of fact they become. But if it's somebody on the right being appointed for something, it's like taken out of context. It's emotional language. It's losing our minds. Because that's what we're supposed to do, right? When it's against our team, we'll go nuts. But we'll be factual. But if it's somebody on the other side of the aisle, we'll go nuts. We'll lose ourselves in the moment. Because we're adults.
was appointed by President Biden. So Merrick Garland wants to make sure that someone else who was not a Biden appointee, not a U.S. attorney who was a Biden appointee, be overseeing this investigation. And when there is a special counsel, that comes with resources and it comes with a lot of independence. They have a lot of leeway to conduct their investigations. They're still within the Justice Department, but they have their own universe in the Justice Department. So Merrick Garland announced today a special counsel has been appointed to look into this, to see exactly what happened and if there's any criminality. And the key to determining criminality is intent. So that's what they're trying to figure out, is if anyone took these documents on purpose.
It's remarkable. The temperature.
Anyone. If anyone, we're not going to say names. Who are these people that took these documents?
There in Washington just kicked up a notch. And the timeline here is crucial because viewers.
So Trump has Russian gate papers. What do you think Joe took? Ukrainian
Must be
gate
wondering to themselves.
I don't know.
If Adriana didn't break this with the CBS News team there in Washington earlier this week, would we have a special counsel appointed by Thursday? It was once all the threads were pulled and questions were asked that now there appears to be a whole hustle to do something about it. But as the Attorney General just laid out, these things were discovered in November and in December. You've spelled out some of the differences.
Did Hunter have access to the garage? Yeah. And the million other nieces and nephews that come in and out of there? You betcha. And his dogs that bite people. Don't forget that.
Between what a special counsel now brings to this topic. Talk to us about Robert Hur.
What we know about Robert Hur is that he is a former U.S. attorney, and he was appointed by President Trump. That's also key here. This is not a Biden appointee overseeing something that has to do with Biden. Robert Hur was a U.S. attorney in Maryland, and what's key about that is that the National Security Agency is located in Maryland. So presumably, Robert Hur has plenty of experience overseeing investigations that have to do with classified material. So, you know, his resume definitely looks like he is someone who would be have plenty of experience to be able to oversee further investigation into these classified documents belonging to President Biden. I was on Capitol Hill today, and I asked Speaker McCarthy, you know, why he alleges a double standard. We've been hearing that a lot here in Washington.
God, I hate these people so much. Why he alleges a double standard? You have no self-reflection. You don't look in the mirror ever. You know, it's going to be like her thought too, is like, she's going to go, well, I never said anything about Trump's documents or something like of that nature. God, these people, they have no self-reflection whatsoever. Like they don't want to acknowledge the irony, because to acknowledge the irony is to give up whatever ground you think you have in that moment. They care more about winning than they do care about the truth, and that's why I started this podcast. That's why we do what we do, and this is why we watch like leftist news sources, because if we don't know what they're thinking and how they're thinking, then I don't know what to do. like we already know what the right is saying about this. It's clear. It's a double standard. It's clear. It's going to be handled differently. There's not going to be an FBI raid. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be all these news sources losing their minds saying we need to lock him up and never see him again. Like, we're not going to see it. So it's an obvious double standard. But again, and I say this every single time. I've been saying this for forever. They do not care about a double standard. They know it's a double standard, but they believe in subjective truth. So if it's my truth, then, and it's not you, it doesn't matter if it's the truth, because my truth matters more. You can clip that. I'm just kidding.
That President Biden had a search warrant executed in Mar-a-Lago and boxes of documents taken, and President Biden is not getting that same treatment. And
amazing.
You know, when I asked Speaker McCarthy, I said, President Trump, in his case, he had these documents.
It's worse. He was vice president. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, you know, it's worse. It's someone of the other party. It doesn't matter. Rules for thee, not for thee. Just another reminder. Whenever people start losing their minds on a subject, always pull back and ask yourself, what's true, what's not true, and stuff like that, rather than just joining them on the emotional roller coaster. Double standard to them is okay because they are right and we are wrong. Exactly. Imagine if a top military officer did this, it'd be no mercy. Oh yeah, absolutely. You'd be in jail. You'd be gone. You wouldn't just lose your job. You'd be in prison. You know, like, and then you would never be able to get a job anywhere in the government again. But as always, my favorite thing too is like the left is making a huge deal over Santos's crap and his lies and all that stuff. They would never do the same for Joe Biden. Ever. They don't. This idea that Santos is the first politician to get into office on lies is the biggest goof I've ever heard in my life. Up to 10 years in federal prison, I believe it. I mean, I like, it depends on your lawyer, depends on who you know, what phone call you can make, you know. Offenses like this should be a military court. You would think so.
They were requested by the National Archives, by the Department of Justice over more than a year. And
KB, how you doing today? Papa, what's up?
They were not turned over.
What'd you miss? You missed me. Again, later tonight, I am going to do another live show. This is a double feature day. The next live show is for members only because I want to give my members, I'm going to give y'all some loving. You know what I mean? Just some, you know, some Papa Bear, Mama Bear time. You know what I mean?
Do you see any differences between that situation and...
So for the members only podcast, we'll do a lot. We'll call some senators, we'll call some congressmen, and we have some other funny videos lined up, by the way.
Situation with President Biden where, as far as we know, because we may not know the whole thing, but as far as we know, the two cases we know about at the Penn Biden Center and at the Wilmington House, documents that were found were turned over. And Speaker McCarthy said that, you know, there must be equal treatment in this case. He still believe that there is a double standard, and we're still.
Yeah, and you don't think so? No, I'm not gonna acknowledge
still
it.
trying to figure out exactly.
Did Biden find nuclear secrets yet? Did they find Biden's nuclear secrets? I wish. Maybe we'll find out about his first marriage.
Exactly, you
a little bit more.
If there are other places.
And if he did graduate second in his class. Oh, yeah, maybe he didn't. That's a lie. It's just ridiculous.
William Core _day super chatted $2. Join us.
Yes. Willie, thank you so much, man. Yeah, please join. If you're wanting to be a member, join. I'm going to do some more members only stuff. My for members only page.
That are being searched, and that will surely be part of the special counsel's investigation.
And to just provide our viewers the latest information on that, Adriana, there is now a statement just released by special counsel Her saying, quote, "I will conduct the assigned investigation with fair, impartial and dispassionate judgment."
Did Katie Hobbs ever call you back? No, but I was waiting for the FBI to call me back. I was like telling everyone about that phone call. I was like, oh, what an idiot. I agree. We need equal treatment. We need the FBI to raid his house in Delaware, and we need them to steal Dr. Jill's unmentionables. Yeah, maybe we'll find out that Dr. Jill never actually got her doctorate. And she's not a real doctor. It's an honorary doctorate degree. Maybe we'll find out that Dr. Jill never actually turned in an assignment ever. You know what I mean? Something juicy. And then we'll find out her bra size. That's more important. And then maybe they could raid. I don't know. It's stupid.
"I intend to follow the facts swiftly and thoroughly," he says, "without fear or favor, and will honor the trust placed in me to perform the service." So that statement just released.
Yeah. So given all that has transpired, I'm just wondering, Adriana, how damaging is the appointment of a special counsel to the White House? We already heard Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre yesterday. It seemed like having some difficulty trying to answer reporters' questions. Now, as Errol said,
and what we'll get in today, she still has difficulty with it.
It's been kicked up a notch. For the White House, how are they going to be approaching all of this news?
Well, clearly the optics aren't good because President Biden has been critical of President Trump's taking and having classified documents in Mar-a-Lago and not returning them. He spoke to Scott Pelley on 60 Minutes, and he said it was very irresponsible. So this certainly gives President Biden's adversary fodder to fuel the fire.
Kadreen Barbier will be blinking so much today I thought she was going to fly away. Yeah, exactly. Clearly they're scared. Okay. This is like my encapsulation. This is like this is how I genuinely feel about these documents, because I don't necessarily care. But I do care. I think it's one of the most white pill moments for a lot of people, and seeing how two-faced and over emotional and how much they just lie straight to your face. I think people are going to wake up more to a story like this than a lot of other stories, because the double standard is so clear in their face. They don't know what to do about it, and they're freaking out about this. They're trying to make it seem like by him just turning over the documents to his lawyers immediately, therefore makes him a good person. And so I'm loving all these clips of Biden circulating saying how irresponsible it is for Trump to have documents like this. When Trump's were at least in his office, these were in a freaking garage. So, and it's in multiple places. So I see this as one of the biggest wins, regardless of what happens to Biden or anything like this. Credibility is so far out the window that you can't help but look back and reflect on how incredibly ridiculous our politicians are, how much they just lie straight to your face, and how they will take any narrative and create an entire over-emotional argument about absolutely nothing in order to win your votes. If that's not a white pill moment, I don't know what is. Praise God this is happening. Somebody cue the church music. Can we have some church music up in here? Is there some church music? I'm looking for some church music. I'm looking for some gospel, some free gospel music. I mean, pour it out. Let's go. You thought you were having a bad day. Hallelujah. You thought you were having a bad day, but today is a good day. Ha! Today is a day. I'm feeling good, you're feeling good. Joe Biden's documents are being found. Maybe your documents will be found too. Let the truth come out. The truth will set you free. Ha! The truth is a necessary evil. I don't know what I'm talking about. What a good day to be alive. White pill moment of the day. That is my segment of a ginger being an AME preacher like nobody's a business. The classified garage documents were in a heavy-duty cardboard box. What more do you want? Yeah, you're right. Nothing says secure like a duct-taped box. If it's good enough for a Corvette, it's good enough for the national security. Come on, man. Exactly. Was the duct tape on the box enough said? Exactly. I bet Trump is still laughing his ass off. Dude, he's got to be. But at the same time, I don't know. It's just such an easy W that I don't know what to say. You don't even have to say anything. It's just like one of those things. It's one of those things like when people are guilty of stuff, you don't necessarily have to ask them questions to admit fault. You just sit in silence and watch them talk themselves into being in trouble. It's beautiful. It's like working with a kid. You're just like, is there anything you want to say to me? And they're like, they start lying right off the bat. They're like talking about Biden turning in his documents, and you go, mm-hmm. Is there anything else you want to say? And they start getting a little bit more nervous. They're like, yeah, it's kind of a bad optic, isn't it? It doesn't look too good. It's not too favorable. And you go, mm-hmm. So is there anything else you want to say to me? And they just keep digging themselves in a hole. And they're just like, yeah, you're right. You're right. We should have never said anything about Trump. It's not even that big of a deal. I don't know why we did all this stuff. I don't know why I work here. It's so stupid. I'm just an idiot. But I go back. Hallelujah. The documents have been found. The documents are here. Seek and you will find. The box is super heavy and Scotch Guard to prevent moisture damage. The responsible and cost effective. Exactly. It's just so delicious. Just let them talk themselves in a hole.
Optically, it's not great. Politically, it's not great. But we cannot forget here that we really need to just stick to the facts. And the facts are there is an investigation underway. It could be that the investigation yields nothing, that, or what it yields is...
Oh my God. The fact that she even allows that to be a possibility because it's Biden. If it was Trump, it's an automatic, oh, he's guilty. We know the mother is guilty, don't we? Plot twist, they were the same documents taken from Mar-a-Lago. Oh my God. That would be amazing. Plot twist, it's another Hunter Biden hard drive. It's his AOL transcripts from when he was a kid, talking with Russian dysentery foreigners.
They find evidence of somebody who had sloppy staff work. Perhaps this was an oversight. I spoke to someone in the intelligence world who said, classified documents do get misplaced from time to time or are taken to the wrong place. And
oh, okay, yeah, just from time to time it happens. But when Trump does it, I swear to God, we will come down like hell. Oh my God, these people are so funny. I'm glad to be alive right now. What a time to be alive. Sometimes I get bored with politics. Sometimes I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. It's irrational, too silly. I can't pretend like I'm losing my mind all the time. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. But and then I'm reminded how insecure and how much these people lie and just dig their own graves. And it's just so great to watch. It's great to be a consumer like you and me. And I'm glad you guys like a show like this. Because again, there are so many shows out there that will just tell you all the facts, tell you everything to think, tell you how to think, start to lose your mind. I just think there's so many shows like this where you and me, this show is the entire premise of this show is that I just want to sit back and laugh at the insanity that is politics together. Because if we're not laughing, we're freaking crying. The hypocrisy is grotesque. Oh, it's so grotesque. It was a computer glitch. Yeah, exactly. Stick to the facts. They straight up accused Trump of selling nuclear codes to Russia. Exactly. Without evidence. Exactly. Don't you love how she was just I've talked to people in the intelligence community. This stuff happens, okay? This stuff happens. I know you don't know that, but this stuff happens from the time to time. So you're on your high horse right now. You're trying to make a big mole out of an anthill. It's nothing. It happened because of COVID. Yeah. Is it just me, or is the man supposed to be innocent until proven guilty unless the man is orange or ginger? Amen. Hey. Yeah, exactly. Come down on the ginger like rain from hell. The clowns always tear down their own circus when the show is over. Oh God, I love that. The clowns tear down their own circus when the show is over. Did you make that up? I've never heard that before. I like that.
And, it's not infrequent. They use that word infrequent. But
maybe
what the special counsel now has to determine is, was this simply an oversight? Was this somebody who, put things in the wrong boxes as they were clearing out of the White House? Or was there intent here? Was there somebody...
Right. Because when Biden does it, it's an intern, like I said. But when Trump does it, Trump literally grabbed the documents. He's like, I like these documents. Fantastic. I'm going to put them in a box. Cleared. I know they're classified, but I don't care. Shaboom. Maybe I just thought of it. Hey, I'll take it, man. I mean, that's a good quote. If you came up with that, I'll give you credit. The clowns always stare down their own circus when the show's over. God, I like that. May our show not be over yet, though.
Somebody who wanted to take those documents and...
Be sure to hit that smash that like button if you're watching on YouTube, and smash the thumbs up button if you're watching on Rumble. I do have Rumble chat open if you want to say hello. I see a few people are watching. It's good. All right, let's go back.
And take them somewhere else, because where they were supposed to be was the National Archives.
Yeah, and we are now also just getting a statement from the White House counsel saying that they will cooperate with the special counsel investigation.
Sure they will. Sure. Because why? The special counsel will do exactly what they want him to do? All right. Now let's get into Jean Perrine Abdul-Jabbar. Let's watch some of her clips today because, God, you know it's good. You know it's going to be good because it's her. It's her. And she can't help herself but wreck herself. All right, here we go.
You have said repeatedly, the president has said he takes classified documents very seriously. If that's the case, why were these classified documents being stored in his garage?
Look, again, and not just me, he has said this. You have heard the president say this twice already, and he's said this before. Classified documents and information, he takes that very seriously. And you see,
garage is an appropriate.
Yes, yes, because when you press the button in a garage, the garage goes down, okay? It's not open. You can't just easily lift it. God, these people are dumb. I just think it's a psyop of the public to forget bigger crimes. Dude, I don't know, JR. I mean, interesting point. That's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying this is Planet. A lot of people are saying, I mean, it's so interesting. I think it's even crazy that this even came out. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't expect, or this is like we're sorry we messed up with the whole Hunter Biden thing. We'll get one on him just to show you we're in the middle as our House committee is kind of wanting to take away the FBI a little bit more and more per day.
Place to store classified material.
I'm not going to
Blinky
go
Blinkerstein?
into what he thinks or how he feels about what is currently happening. What I can say for sure when it comes to this specific issue about classified documents, about classified information, he takes that very seriously. He did not know, right? He did not know the records were there.
That's right, he takes it so seriously. God. I just like, how do you look at yourself in the mirror at night? You know what I mean? How do you freaking look at yourself in the mirror at night? How do you do that? He takes these very seriously, okay? He did not know they were there. That's how serious he takes it. You know what I mean? To be fair, Klaus Schwab's garage is probably protected by laser robots, super intelligent murder hornets. Oh dear God! Like at what's that movie? Or that book? Hunger Games. He was backing up the Corvette. He did not see them. Yeah, we have that video. I have that video queued up for that. We'll see if I don't finish by this show for the next show. Make sure if you aren't a member to become a member, because my member stream is going to be around 8 p.m. Eastern. So come hang out. So 8 p.m. Eastern, member stream only. You gotta be a member to be a part of the club. I take document security seriously, except when I forget. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's just so juicy.
He was surprised that the records were there. So let's be very clear. That is something that the president shared with all of you on the world stage and also recently today. And so what occurred was, as I've said multiple times before, is when his team identified that these records existed, they handed them over to the archivist and also the Department of Justice.
Green, why are you looking straight down when you're talking? Why did you just look straight down? Is it because you're a liar?
His team identified that these records existed.
William Core _Day super chatted $2. Join the community.
Hey, Willie, thanks so much, man. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, join the community. Come hang out. Be a part of the solution. I love how. Thank you so much, Willie. It means so much to me, man. I just love how she's looking down. It's seriously like working with a child. You're just like, you look at them right in their eye as they just lie to your face. They don't look in your eye. They look everywhere but your eyes, and they're like, so Biden's documents are in a secure location. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're not even looking at me. I don't know what you're saying right now. He didn't know there was poop in his adult defense. Yeah, exactly. How dare you say that, though? That's really offensive. Yep, I can't find my classified records either. Yeah, me neither. All right, we got more clips to get into. It's just so, again, this is like the white pill moment of the day. This whole story is just white pill, and it feels good, and I hope it makes you laugh, and I hope it brings joy to your heart. Because it's so refreshing. All right, here we go. Here's another one.
Thank you, Corinne. Another one on GarageGate.
GarageGate. Yes. There's nothing finer in life than using the other's language against them. Mwah! You are a beautiful man. GarageGate. It's just so good.
Thank you, Corinne. Another one on GarageGate. What is the White House trying to hide?
Nothing.
Someone gave the president a statement to read on Tuesday that was incomplete at best, misleading at worst. Who?
So I have read out the president's statement. I read it out yesterday and what he said. He said that he respects or he takes classified information and documents very seriously. That's what he said. He said that he did not know that the records were there. He does not know what's in them. He said that. You heard from him directly on this. And his team has been cooperating fully. And not only that, again, I'll say this, the Attorney General said this himself, that he heard from the team shortly after. So we have laid out
seriously, it's like watching it's like watching like like in school when your friend gets in trouble and like the teacher pulls you in to give an explanation for your friend and you don't want to lie to you're lying to the teacher because you don't want to get your friend in trouble and you don't know what to say, and it's just so great. She's just like, yeah, you wouldn't like, that's not my friend. Like, I don't know. I wasn't really there. Again, he did turn in the information, so it's not like Trump, Trump. Can we get back on Trump for a second? I don't want to talk about Biden right now.
What has occurred here, you've heard from the White House counsel. I just read the statement from his lawyer. And again, we take this very seriously, and the president does as well.
Again, he didn't know. Tonight for the member stream, I'm going to do my best to find as many leftist podcasts to watch them try to dig their way out of this, because I just think, again, this is like the biggest white pill moment of the day. It's so beautiful. It should give you hope, because it's just so two-faced. And just watching them freaking lie. Again, there are still people that I know that think that like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Biden do not lie, and they're good hearted people. There are still people that do this. And so when they're confronted with this blatant lie and this blatant double standard, they don't know what to do. And watching people squirm is one of my favorite things in the whole world. I have to give some credit. She's trying to cover for Joe. Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. She's like covering for her friend right now. Like, she doesn't know how to cover, but she's doing her best right now. It's like, it just reminds me of when my friends would cover for me, because I would always get in trouble at school. Class clown, what can I say? Just call her KJP. Yeah, it's probably better than what I did.
Comparison.
Wait, yes. All right, here's the double standard question that's like on the most obvious question in the world.
Broadly, does the White House make of comparisons between President Biden's handling of documents and former President Trump's handling?
I'm not going to get into politics from here. What I can say is what I've laid out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're not going to get into the facts. I mean, politics, because it's political in nature. Because he's a Republican and a MAGA candidate. We have to crush those people, remember? You can do whatever you want to them. It doesn't matter about standards.
Which is the president takes this very seriously.
She's a clown. Yeah.
Does the White
Okay, let's go with another one. I mean, it's too good. Okay, here is her. I like that the press were like, they weren't giving up on this question. You know, there wasn't any other question for about anything else. Even in light of like a little better inflation numbers, regardless if it's getting better or not, you know that's what you want to talk about all day.
Department of Justice.
The last thing is the initial statement from the White House came out on Monday. The president addressed this on Tuesday in Mexico City. All the conversation was about the documents in the office.
Gotta run. What time is member only shindig? 8 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out. 8 on YouTube's members only. I'm gonna get naked. I'm just kidding. Biden said he didn't even know the classified band had a record out.
Office. However, according to the Attorney General,
Tiger Man, you're crazy.
20th in his garage in Wilmington. Why was that not immediately addressed? Is the White House being transparent about that if that was already known and not discussed up front?
So you said transparent. I want to say that we have been transparent here. That is why the minute that his lawyers found those.
The minute that we were caught, we totally confessed, is what she should say, but she doesn't say that. Have you seen Neil deGrasse Tyson interview about the COVID? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Neil deGrasse Tyson is, in my eyes, a lot like Bill Nye the Science Guy. I mean, sometimes just even if you're a scientist, that doesn't make you a scientist of everything. And so you're not the authority in the room, despite them thinking that they're authority always in every room. They're just like, I am the science person. I know all science. I am God of science. Just seeing his like desire to keep the establishment and like, especially with like higher academia looking good is just ridiculous. I can't stand him as a human being.
Documents, they reported it. They reached out to the archives and the Department of Justice, and they did that voluntarily. And they were not compelled to do it. They did it voluntarily. Now, I want to step back a little bit as you're asking me about the timeline. Look, the lawyer said we have been working closely with the Department of Justice and coordinating a search that was still ongoing to ensure any additional documents were in the proper possession of the government. After that search, after the search concluded last night, we released a statement disclosing the facts from that search, as you all know.
Chrono, what's up? I don't... Wait, what are you talking about? I'm confused.
This morning, this is all part of the Justice Department process, and you heard the Attorney General speak to this today. So we are being very careful to be fully cooperative with the Department of Justice and providing details as appropriate as part of that process.
So why did you fully describe the documents when we were firstly asked this week?
Because, and I actually answered that question. I said.
Oh, GH. There's nothing finer than somebody pushing back with no picture and no real name. Impeach, really, only someone who doesn't care anything about other than partisanship would even suggest that. It was a joke. This, GH, this show is 99% jokes. So if you're here to try to have a serious conversation, go somewhere else.
Because there was a process happening that was currently ongoing, and I'll refer you back to my comments that I made just yesterday. Department of Justice.
But much like Trump shouldn't have been raided, I don't care about these documents either. It's just funny to see. What do you think should happen, GH? If that's your real name anyways. GH.
So a few questions about the classified documents. First off, is the president willing to be interviewed by federal investigators about his handling of classified documents?
So first, let me just say, I'm just not going to get into hypotheticals. This is something for the Department of...
Not a hypothetical question. There's an investigation ongoing. Will the president
but
speak to that?
it's in ongoing review, right? You're asking me about something in the future, and I am telling you that I'm not going to get ahead of what the Department of Justice is going to decide. Look, I want to reiterate what you heard from the president today. It is...
Joe should be sent to the military court and banished to China. To China. You probably like it. He could be a king amongst men.
Important for the American people to know this. is that the president has said he takes classified documents and information.
Okay, Chrono. Now I see what you're saying. Okay. Sorry.
Very seriously. This is something, as you all know, that he
they're my real initials as far as we should make it. As far as what should happen, it should be investigated, which is probably what's happening. You really think that they're being investigated, GH?
He will not shy away from saying, and has continued to say this week. And again, he was surprised that these records have been found. He does not.
Imagine having that much faith in the government to do actual accountability. I would love to be you, GH.
Know what's in them, and his team, once they identified that these documents were there, they immediately reached out to the archives, to the Department of Justice, and did the right thing by turning that over. And they have been cooperating very closely with the Department of Justice. You actually heard AG, Attorney General Garland, say today that they heard from his team really shortly after the discovery. And so, I just want to make sure that this is understood, that he takes this very seriously.
So speaking of him taking this seriously, this is the kind of thing that can cause government employees to lose a security clearance. This is a serious matter, as the White House has said. Was the president sloppy in his handling of classified material if there are multiple locations where classified documents are being found?
Look, I said it in the statement. It's in the statement from his lawyer.
It is true. If you work in government and you do something like this, you lose your job. You won't. You won't be investigated. It'll just come up and they'll pretend like the story never happened.
Richard Sauber, and at the end, he said, "We are confident that their thorough review will show that these documents were inadvertently misplaced, and the president and his lawyers acted promptly upon discovery of this mistake." I'm going to leave it there. That's what his lawyer said. But again, this is something that the president takes very seriously, and we have been coordinating. They have been coordinating. His lawyers have been coordinating very closely with the department.
It's hilarious. GH, the line is intent. And you know that, unless you're dumb. I mean, I don't want to assume anything. You know what I mean? I don't want to you know it's intent. And so that's all that matters. And obviously you've never watched my show before. So okay, here we go. I think this is the last clip I have of her talking about it before we get into Kamala Harris and moments in Veep. And we maybe do some Venn diagrams since that's what she loves doing. Or maybe Oh, I got this one. I'll put this over here, right here. And then we got this one. Okay. I'm not done. I thought it was done. I am not done. Dude, praise God. We're never done. Okay. Here we go. Let's keep going down this rabbit hole. Which it's again another moment in white pill moments.
The president said he takes classified information and materials seriously, and as we have said, we have cooperated from the moment we informed the archives that a small number of documents were found, and we will continue to cooperate. We have cooperated closely with the Justice Department throughout its review, and we will continue.
Yes, here we go. You're at a news show, but frankly, you are advertising yourself as joking when you're hashtagging Tucker Carlson. Oh, that was from a previous show. I didn't actually do that on purpose. Do you need me to block you, GH? Is this show too triggering for you? GH and Derek are both staging an argument because this whole show is a CIA plot to get us all to let Bill Gates Exactly. Actually, I know GH. GH is like one of my best friends. GH is actually my mother. So, I love you, Mom. Quit trying to troll me, and go back and watch your TV shows. You know, I know you're missing The View as we speak. I know that's where you get most of your news, Mom. Go back to that. How many times did Trump foreign? Oh no, GH is he's a policeman. Oh. He wants to police our speech. Don't joke. Nothing is funny. Everything has intent. There's always truth behind every joke. The problem with all this is that he had the documents for 6 years. Wait, exactly. Exactly. Okay. Let's keep going.
Continue that cooperation.
Wait.
We have cooperated closely with the Justice Department throughout its review, and we will continue that cooperation with the special counsel. We are confident that a thorough review will show
the documents were from when he was vice president. So
that these documents were inadvertently misplaced, and the president and his lawyers acted promptly upon discovering of this mistake. The president said he takes classified.
GH, I still love you, Mom. Don't worry about it. All right, baby? All right, here we go. This is my favorite part, is like, there is like this conspiracy right now, GH's favorite word, about like Joe Biden backing up his Corvette into his garage, and there being boxes. And people are like, just like circling the boxes in the garage, like, are those the documents we're talking about? I love it. Like, I was going to say that was a joke, and then he has Biden's boyfriend administration. Like, I was going to say that's a joke, then he had them since the Biden's boyfriend. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This video is like, it's so great. This is why I love the internet. And this is why I love people that are so serious all the time, that want to police speech and police everyone's jokes and stop people from having a good time. This is a serious subject. Okay, here we go. Biden backing up into the car. Derek O'Shea voted #1 news comedy show in 22 by the National Science Foundation in Antarctica. Dude, Antarctica's not even real. Let's just get that. Let's not get it twisted. Antarctica isn't real. It's that's where the world ends. That's what they're not telling you. Okay.
I like to drive. I used to think I was a pretty good driver. I didn't get a chance to flash shift in the second. I was afraid I'd go through those guys.
I was afraid I was going to freaking murder a couple people. God.
I didn't get a chance to flash shift in the second. I was afraid I'd go through those guys.
Tomorrow morning, we're talking about cars and what car you'd like to see come back.
I love this car. Nothing but incredible memories. Every time I get in, I think of my dad and Bo. God, can my dad drive a car? Oof. The thing I like most.
What kind of cars were around when his dad was around? You know what I mean? It's like a steam engine. A president can declassify documents, a vice president cannot. And that's like another thing. You know, we're not going to have an actual conversation about that because, again, rules for thee and not for me. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. It's just a perfect example of hypocrisy. It's where the ice wall and nothing. It's where the ice wall of nothing in the world drops. Exactly, Christar. Exactly. Antarctica's not even real. They were classified documents and not legally made unclassified. Well, there's that too. GH, the whole thing is fast and loose. I don't know if I'd come away with a better understanding of any other topics, let alone feel drawn to mainlining it.
Is the setup right here. And you feel like you're in complete control. This is just boom. Now, you stand in the front here. This is iconic industry. How can American...
Willie says, I went to Antarctica on a Coast Guard icebreaker. See, another one of these round world evangelists. It's all lies, Willie. We all know you're a part of the conspiracy that is we're on a globe. Why don't you tell us the truth? Where did you really go on that icebreaker, on that cutter? Tell us what really went on there. Show us the pictures. Show us the video. Do you think China bought that car for Biden and did a taxpayers?
Made vehicles no longer be out there. I believe that we can own the 21st century market again by moving to electric vehicles. And by the way, they tell me, and I'm looking forward, if it's true, to driving one, that they're making an electric Corvette and go 200 miles an hour. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here's the part in the video where everyone thinks the documents are. I'm going to zoom in on these bad boys. All right, here it is.
So I'm excited about it.
There they oh. That was like a perfect example of conspiracy. Wait, where are they? Right there. There they are. There's the documents that are locked away. What a hoarder. Flat earthers were located all around the globe. Oh my gosh, enough of that conspiracy nonsense. We do not live on a globe. Everyone knows that. You guys are all liars. Yeah, man, marbles can't fly through space following at stars at light speed. Makes no sense in my punny brain. Me neither. The tag on the back says big guy. Wait, does it really?
I love this.
I would. Oh, where is it? Probably. How do you know they aren't in the pile of boxes? Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't know, but I think that's what everyone is assuming it is, and I want to jump on that train. That sounds fun to me. I believe they're right, because honestly, like, how great of a video is this video if that's exactly where they were? I mean, it just, the timeline of it all is so perfect and beautiful. You can't write that crap, man. It's just amazing. Exactly, we're here to shitpost. Nothing citizens could do, not pretend the Pizzagate. The show isn't complete shitposting. I wouldn't say that, but it's close. It's close. I have some moments where I'm serious, and you can tell. But 99.9% of politics, it's just not worth getting worked up in politics, because that's what they want you to be, is worked up all the time. It actually says bid guy, like bid guy. If he has custom plates with big guy as his tag number, that would be hilarious. It would be too perfect. Okay, but here is Peter Deuce coming out and asking about the Corvette.
Mr. President,
okay.
classified material next to your Corvette. What were you thinking?
Let me, we're going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage. Okay, so it's not like you're sitting out in the street.
Exactly. And Trump's office was completely open, and it wasn't like locked in a house. It's different.
But anyway, yes, as well as my Corvette. But as I said earlier this week, people know I take classified documents and classified material seriously. I also...
This is my favorite part, is when the lawyers are like, hey, say this. And then you look down in the most disingenuous way possible and repeat whatever they want you to say.
Said we're cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department's review. As part of that process, my lawyers reviewed other places where documents from my time as vice president were stored, and they finished the review last night. They discovered a small number of documents of classified markings in storage areas.
What were they
file
thinking?
Cabinets in my home and my personal library. This was done in the case of the Biden Penn.
The major problem with the documents is the fact that they were not even stored in a locked, secured house in a vault, or they were just laying around the hunter's house. Yeah, exactly. Well, and he was vice president at the time. He wasn't president. So you can't just you didn't have any power to declassify. I mean, it's just so much double standardness. It's like a buffet of double standardness.
Cabinets in my home and my personal library. This was done in the case of the Biden Penn. This was done in the case of the Biden Penn Center. The Department of Justice was immediately, as was done, The Department of Justice was immediately notified, and the lawyers arranged for the Department of Justice to take possession of the document. So we're going to see all this unfold. I'm confident. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I like Peter Ducey at the beginning, though, and he's using Biden's words against him. And that's what's like, it's petty, but it's exactly what Biden did in regards to Trump. So when you are confronted with a liar, you use their words against them.
Mr. President,
okay.
classified material next to your Corvette, what were you thinking?
Let me,
Oh, it's too good. Man, they need to make a script bigger and bold and font and something like, yeah, exactly. Or maybe just like have like a button where he can just press it and all of a sudden like something starts talking for him. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's like, hold on a second. Boop. So he doesn't even have to say anything. They finished the review. I ate some corn pop. They said had markings on papers. I said, hey, I use markers in kindergarten, man. Kids use markers, man. God, I just love it. Wait, we got one video. No, we got 2 videos left from Biden today. China donated $100 million to Penn State University. Of course they did. You know. We don't even need to say why that happened. But here we go, another moment in Joe Biden's sexiness. I think there are plenty of incriminating evidence. Their word show, yeah, we'll never get down. I don't have faith in our FBI to actually do research and get down to the bottom of stuff. They've proven that time and time again. If anybody does, it's because they don't pay attention, or I know that there are some good FBI agents, a lot of whistleblowers and stuff out there. But for the ones in command, the ones in higher ups, they're just pawns. You know, they're just doing the bidding of the people in power.
Republicans are starting a new term. Cutting taxes for billionaires, raising taxes for working families, making inflation worse.
No, inflation is the cruelest tax on the poor.
Well, let me be very clear. If any of these bills make it to my desk, I will veto them.
Oh, yeah.
I will flat
yes.
My desk. I will veto them.
Yeah, baby. Veto that, baby. Nothing says making inflation better like keeping taxes the way they are. Amen. The FBI can anyone argue Chrono, I wish I could read that out. I feel like that's like
that's a strike. Get off my channel.
I will flat veto them. I'm ready to work with Republicans, not this kind of stuff.
That's right. It's the Republicans that want billionaires that have an easier life. It's not the ones selected by the Democrats. It's like they all line the pockets. Both parties line the pockets together. All right, let's get a moment in Veep. A moment of Veep to end this podcast. I have so much more to talk about tonight. I have more videos to talk about tonight. If you want to join my members channel, you just click the join button. It's $4.99 a month. I would greatly appreciate it. It's just another step closer into this one, perhaps being one day a full-time gig for me where I can go longer live stream and make funnier videos and do more comedy videos, because that's what I want to do. I just don't have enough time because I have a real job like the rest of us. So make sure to join the channel if you're interested in joining. I might do World Weekly News, Massa, or whatever you want. But join the channel. I have my members only live stream coming up later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, to be a part. We're going to end with this, and then I'll be back soon and very soon.
I convened, and I've convened now at least 3 times, a group that has their acronym, CARICOM. It is the Caribbean nations, island nations, in the Western Hemisphere, That is where the Caribbean is. We are also in the Western Hemisphere. They are our neighbors.
Oh.
I convene.
Brightest and smartest. That's what equity is all about. The brightest and smartest ever. Why would they abolish the only way to earn excessive amounts of money? Exactly, that too. Inflation is the only tax the rich pay. Well, the rich can pay, or the rich can afford. That's why you don't see people in politics. That's why you don't see people on corporate media or these Hollywood actors and actresses who are rich beyond their wildest dreams. That's why they're not complaining about prices of eggs right now, or the fact that you can't find eggs anywhere in some of these states. That's why they don't care. That's why they're not complaining about housing prices. That's why when Cardi B comes out and starts talking about egg prices, grocery store prices, she gets condemned for it because she's trying to speak for the people, and the people are like, shut up. It's a no-win situation. We always lose out in the end. But I have hope. I have hope for things to become better in life because of days like today. As more and more double standards people are presented with a double standard, and you can't help but wonder why. And it's funny because you see a lot of people on the left trying to make a big deal of the Santos things. If you bring up Joe Biden's rise to fame, you're seen as an conspiracy theorist or an insane person. You're like, oh, don't you remember when Joe Biden had to drop out because he made his entire he got found out he was alive before getting elected? You know, he was raised by a Puerto Rican family. He drove a truck for a living. I mean, there's time after time. This idea that the politicians don't lie to your face is also ridiculous. They're not good people. They're not your friends. I'm your friend. You're my friend. We're friends together, and I want the best for you. I want your life to be as amazing as possible. You guys are the most amazing people on earth. I love every single one of you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Again, if you want to join my members channel, I'm going live later today. We have so much more to get into. Hopefully the show will be way better and way funnier. We will be calling some of our congressmen and senators and stuff like that. So I hope you have a fantastic day. I love every single one of you guys. He went to the Naval Academy as well. Well, yeah, there you go. You know, it just goes on and on and on. Keep up the good fight. Will do. Ciao. You guys are the most amazing people on earth. I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you don't mind smashing the like button, sharing this with all your friends and family. Again, join the live stream later tonight. I hope you have a great day. I love you, every single one of you guys. Let's end with some church music. Come on, because it was a good day. It was a glory-filled day. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. If this plays. It's not playing. Okay. Okay, here we go. And happy trails. Appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are amazing people on earth. I love every single one of you guys. See you guys later tonight for my members. All right, bye.